Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Stock, and this video is for entertainment purposes only. Today, I'm coming to you with 3 different stocks that I've talked about previously on this channel, each with interesting news coming up in the markets. So we have Palantir, we have SOFI, and we have Tesla. Each of those, I think, not only are at interesting points with their prices, but also interesting points with the news about the companies. So stick around and let's get ready to rock. Welcome back. For those of you who are interested, down in the description you'll find a link to my Patreon. If you click that link and go over there and join us, you'll find access to my weekly newsletter, my weekly watch list, also my portfolios that are over there, and my private Discord that my investors that are over there are positive, passionate people that are all looking for ways to increase their financial position in life and also really work towards that idea of financial freedom that we all dream about so much. So if that sounds interesting to you, we'd absolutely love to have you over there. That link is down in the description. Also down in the description, you'll find links for Webull and Moomoo. By clicking those links, signing up and depositing your money, you'll get free stocks. I get free stocks for the referral, and it's just another way that you can support this channel, also while supporting yourself. One other thing that you could do for me, cover up those eyeballs, mash around until you find the like button, and then there's also that subscribe button and notification bell that if you ring that, you'll see anytime that my videos come out. So with all that said, let's move right on to the stocks. All right, so the first company that we're looking at here is Palantir, ticker symbol PLTR, and you can see the sort of range almost that we're trading in over time for Palantir, that we go down as low as about $21 per share and up just past the mid-20s into kind of like the high 20s, around 27.50 or so. And you can see recently where we found that line of resistance right around 29, so dropping below $30 per share, and most recently selling off to about $23 per share. So Palantir is one that I believe is really going to build out over time. That data is king, and that there is a lot of data being collected, but then what exactly do you do to learn about it? Well, that's where Palantir comes in with their artificial intelligence system that they have. There's Gotham, Foundry, and then there's one other that I can never remember the name of. However, they're big data solutions. In other words, you send their data or collaborate with their data with their system that they have, and they put it back to you in formats that can save the businesses, the companies time and money, and improve their overall way of working, improve their efficiency. And so there's a lot of good things going on for Palantir in that area, and I believe that as long as they continue to establish themselves in leaders in their space and they keep on piling on more and more contracts, that they're going to be in really good shape. So you can see recently the sell-off that they had and the support that they found around $23, and most recently they have this deal with MSP Recovery and Palantir to transform connectivity across the U.S. healthcare system. And I don't know if you're in the U.S. or not, but using anything with the healthcare system, especially across whatever hospital that it is that you're at, or if it's about the insurance company that you work with. And you can see here they talk about Medicare, Medicaid, commercial and secondary payer reimbursement recovery. So I mean, all that stuff that deals with the money end of things. I don't know if you've ever been bounced around a lot, but they're talking about making that more efficient. So honestly, that efficiency, saving time and money, has to be a good thing. So this would be something that just came out. Let me see, October the 11th. I think that this efficiency to the healthcare system is something that is very much needed. And really, if it saves us time, and we would absolutely love to have that dream in place where it gets returned out to the taxpayers. And I don't know that we'll ever see it returned out to the taxpayers if there is significant savings, but I guess not really in an active way that it would reduce the amount that we pay out. However, maybe over time, maybe more of a passive way that it kind of slows down the rate at which we get taxed, or that increase on tax, or delays that possibility for it to take place. So you can check this out. This is through Business Wire, so this is a PR piece. They do not talk about how much the deal was, and that was something that I was definitely looking for, and something that I hope that we find out from Palantir, how much money went into this deal. So they do talk about the partnership that they have here, and really, other than saying that Palantir is really going to help them do better in the healthcare system with managing the payments or the payment recovery, that's about all that's said right there. What we really want to see from this, to know exactly how it's going to affect the price action for the Palantir stock, is how much this deal was worth. I can't imagine it was any small amount, but we'll have to wait and we'll have to see that. But I do like, the thing that I like most about this is that it's another big contract that we have coming through for Palantir. And when I say big, I mean more like sticky government type work that they're bound to have years-long partnership in this. So hopefully through that years-long partnership that we see not only the efficiency come to the healthcare space, but also Palantir being the ones who enabled that to happen. So that's what I like about this from what we know so far, and this is something I keep watching for more details over time. All right, next we're looking at SOFI, and you can see SOFI just barely in orange here, coming through with the 200-day simple moving average, and down here in blue we have the 50-day simple moving average, and our price action recently has been in between those two. Now that we are still waiting for news on that banking charter, which when we get that news should be something very good for SOFI moving from here. We're still waiting to hear if there's going to be any sort of news on a date of release for that. In the meantime, we have news of an updated price target from Morgan Stanley coming out yesterday of $25 per share. It is the second $25 price target that SOFI has gotten recently, representing over a 50% upside from where they're at right now, or at least of the close as of the closing price on Friday of $16.21. So if we come back over here and take a look at tip ranks, you can see right now the average analyst estimate at a 6 rating, 5 buys, and then there's 1 hold on that. So up to $24.58. And if you take a look, 28 days ago, so about a month ago, we got a price target of 28. And then from Jefferies more recently, 25. And then yesterday, there's the one from Morgan Stanley still coming in at $25 per share. So a significant upside is waiting in store for SOFI. So for SOFI, with the updated price target and that impending news of the banking charter coming up, these are things that we want to watch out for. And you can see the slow, steady climb that we have in these lower prices. So even though it's sold off from this most recent high that it's had at $18.08, and we've come all the way down here recently to a low of $15.30, we are somewhere in between that, but it is slowly climbing upward out of that. As a matter of fact, across the bottoms, even all the way from where we're at $13.56, we have a slow, steady climb up. And right now we're trading above the 50-day, which is a good thing. If that starts curling up toward the 200-day and crosses it, we could have a golden cross coming up in the future for this, especially if we have a really strong Q4 for tech and high growth, which is where SOFI fits in as a fintech company. So that's something to watch out for. And if we check out the price action that we have in the intraday, so we can see the pre-market hours for that, you can see the nice little jump that we've had in the stock price for SOFI Technologies, and it is low volume. We're going to have to see if that holds out. Right now in the pre-market, we have futures that are negative, so we're going to have to watch in the near term how that plays out. I think over the long term, we're going to experience that 50% upside over the next 12 months for SOFI. I think that's a very comfortable thing. If we have a very strong Q4, we could even see it sooner than waiting all the way 12 months out from now until Q2 or Q3 of next year. All right, finally we have Tesla, which has moved out of the wedge pattern that it had, and it has a slow, steady climb. Moving up here, we're trading in a channel for a while, but now that we've gotten close to that $800 mark, as a matter of fact, just barely exceeding the $800 mark where we're finding significant resistance, you can see those lows keep squeezing up on it. We are due for a push up above. So if we have tech, we have high growth moving on where we see the higher multiples continue to move from there, we could have very good things coming out for Tesla in the near future, pushing us solidly up over that $800 mark. So that's something that we're watching, and watching these lows move higher and higher as they are. This is something that is a very good sign. We were just at $700, almost $700 back on September the 13th, and now we're closer to that $800 mark. So I don't think it's long before we see Tesla between $800 and $900, and over the next 12 months, I wouldn't be surprised to see us push more closely to that $900 mark. We're going to have to watch production news to see really how that's going to play out over time, see the strength for Tesla moving forward from there, and the market adoption as more EV players enter the field. Tesla, I still think, is going to be the king out of that space, and that they're going to be producing in very big ways in the vertical stack that they have throughout their company, where they're the ones who produce pretty much everything for their vehicles one way or another. I think that the pressure that Elon Musk keeps on the company is going to keep them progressing, because it is an innovate or die sort of space where if they give, even if they relent for a second, those legacy players are going to eat them right up. So that is some sort of risk that we need to watch out for. But with that pressure on, they get to run with a little bit of fear, which is always a good thing. As a former cross-country runner, I never ran faster than when I could hear somebody on my heels. And I think that that's going to be the same thing for Tesla. I think it's going to be a motivating force for them that's going to keep them innovating and leading in the EV space. And so incredible things for Tesla in the future. At least that's my belief. So see what you believe too. And then more recently, the reason for bringing this up is that this 10.2 beta release that was supposed to be delayed is now rolling out to cars with a perfect safety rating score for over 100 miles. There are some people saying that they have that score of 100, they have over 100 miles, but they haven't received the update yet. So we'll see if that happens. That is as of 4 a.m. today that happens. So maybe if they haven't seen it yet, that they'll see it soon, and we'll see what other cars get it as the rest of the day continues to pass. Now with the beta for full self-driving with 10.2, the closer we get to autonomous driving, the better for Tesla, and also, well, that moves us more into the robo-taxi space, or the driverless taxi, and if Tesla can be the first to that space, that's going to be huge. As a matter of fact, just even taxis aside, just full self-driving, the level 5 full self-driving, where the driver is pretty much taken out of the picture because the car is the driver. That's something that's going to be, that's the ultimate goal. That's the dream that Tesla's after, and so many other players in the field are after. And Tesla's sort of unique in that they're doing it without LiDAR, that it's fully through artificial intelligence and using their cameras only. So using visual elements and AI in order to do that is something that people said can't be done. Elon, that's foolish. Why would you do this? And it's something that has only improved over time. And so we'll have it to watch and see how well that plays out. As of right now, I believe that they're still the #1 AI self-driving vehicle that's in the world. So holding that place, and remember from Palantir that data really is king, in Tesla has just a massive amount of full self-driving data that improves more and more all the time. It is completely continuous. It's not stop here and let's reevaluate. It builds and it builds and it builds, and the more that they have that, the more informed the cars are, and that's something that is incredible for Tesla. It also gives them an incredible advantage, because the only thing that can really come to compete with that at all is more driving from other companies. And Tesla starting off in the lead, as long as they keep going with the lead, they keep putting out more vehicles to collect more data, then that artificial intelligence only improves vastly from where it's at. So it's something that should keep them in the lead for a good amount of time to come. So let me summarize. We have Palantir, who is getting more contracts all the time, and we really want to see those contracts fill out their top line for the revenue, and translate sooner than later to that bottom line to really start to put out really strong earnings numbers for us. That's something for Palantir that's going to take away some of those headwinds that they have, such as the massive amount of options that they have within their company, the employee options that can really sell onto the market. So that's something that we have to watch out for, is those employee compensation packages that can later be something that would really cause a lot of downward pressure to happen on Palantir moving forward from where they're at right now. SOFI Technologies, we're waiting on that banking charter, and those lows continuing to climb higher all the time for SOFI. I think that we're in for that next run sometime within this quarter, that we start to see that run where we get that next big push that puts us up over $20 per share. If they do get that banking charter in the fourth quarter of 2021, that's something that can really be a catalyst for that price action. As a matter of fact, it's been waited on for so long that when we do get news of it, I think that we'll get a really big hype day before it kind of settles and overcorrects and then comes back to a normalized level, somewhere probably in that low 20s area. And low to, I would say, yeah, let's go with low, like $20, $22 per share. And then finally, Tesla squeezing up on that $800 mark. I think it's only a matter of time before we see it up over 800 and we start to see that next fight for that push onto that $900 mark and on to new all-time highs for Tesla. So thank you guys for watching this video. I really appreciate it. Again, check out that Patreon down in the description. We'd absolutely love to have you over there as part of the community. Also, Moo Weeble, sign up, deposit your money, get your free stocks, and thank you for the free stocks. And then eyes wide open this time, like button, let me see, subscribe button, and then notification bell. Ring it to see anytime that my videos come out. I really appreciate you guys watching this video. Even if it was just watching it all the way through, it really does help and it really is meaningful. Absolutely love coming on here and talking with everyone. And then let me see, there's one last thing. Oh yeah, I'm Dr. Stock. Thanks for rocking with me. Now go get that money.